What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to go over some early impressions that have been found over on Reddit on the Silent Hill 2 remake. Now, I don't consider these very spoiler heavy. I mean, that's up to each individual. So if you want absolutely nothing going in, right? You don't want like the tone set or, how people are feeling about it. That's totally cool. Obviously, to turn away now. I actually saw separate to this that the uploads are coming. Actually, exactly as we talked about yesterday, people are uploading the full game starting, I think, kind of like over the last night or so. So just be aware of that. But we're going to talk about some early impressions that actually may or may not even be, real, but I do believe them. And again, from my perspective, I don't think they are too spoiler heavy. I feel like we can kind of read it and prepare ourselves for Friday when we start to see the review scores. So this comes from Porky Bra, who says early impressions of the Silent Hill 2 remake. And the two individuals were Financial Abalone 715 and Sauce Magic. So Sauce Magic first. He says, James feels really nice to control. People were complaining about the jank not being present, but it does well. You kind of have to worry about committing to your swings when using the board. This probably isn't the case on lower difficulties, but I've been punished for trying to absolutely slam jam these things. The game is effing terrifying post Brookhaven. Swear to God, I heard Pyramid Head's knife dragging in the darkness somewhere, but I feel like it was just me over listening because I didn't see anything. Only bug I found was a nurse stuck inside a wall that ate my lunch in like 2 hits trying to free her. Didn't occur again. Puzzles are pretty clean. I have them set a little lower because I hate being stuck in the same place for too long, and Silent Hill has some abstract puzzles that I seem to be unable to fully think outside the box for. Still rewarding, inventive, and fresh. Boss fights are phenomenal. This dude is not Leon Kennedy, and it shows, but I will point out several similarities to the RE4 remake. My honest take, I need to finish it, but I'm going to play this thing like 15 times. Angela is growing on me. Eddie is a disaster, but in a good way, disturbing. I liked OG Laura way better. This one is much less genuine. They took out her being upset when James calls her a brat, and I despise that. If you're on a lower difficulty, you're going to be stocked to the brim with ammo. I consider myself good at shooting, but I still get into situations where it's like, okay, I need to find some bullets. 8 out of 10 so far. And then Financial Abalone. I received Silent Hill 2 early, so I've been playing it, and I love it. Never played the original game, nor have I played any Silent Hill game whatsoever, so I can't exactly say how it compares. The graphics look incredible. The atmosphere and horror is so good. The locations are fantastic and really fun to explore. Combat feels great, and the acting is really good too. The mocap is pretty insane to me, honestly. They've captured so many micro expressions from James's actor, Luke Roberts, and some shots in the game had me fooled that it was real footage. Although I haven't played the original, I am somewhat familiar with it, and I've picked up on quite a few Easter eggs, which made me quite happy. I'm playing on normal combat and riddle difficulty, and I feel like for both it's been a perfect balance, not too difficult, not too easy. I only have a couple complaints about the game. There's quite a lot of visual glitches, specifically around enemies or windows. The game sometimes doesn't let you activate a certain prompt unless you walk away until it disappears and back to it, and at times I've gotten stuck on dead bodies, but was able to get out by stomping on them until I can move. As for where I am in the game, I just got to the 3rd floor of the hospital. I can't wait to play more. For those of you wondering about the settings, there's tons of UI and gameplay things you can fine-tune to your liking. You could probably spend like an hour alone doing that if you're really particular. In my opinion, this game so far really has no big problems, and it's pretty perfect, to be honest. I can tell the devs have put a lot of care into the game and paid serious attention to detail. So I mean they say it all. I'll just kind of give my quick thoughts. I mean, you love to hear it. You really, really love to hear it. The Laura thing is interesting because that person doesn't go too in depth with the story moments, right? They talk about Angela as a character, Eddie as a character. So what about Maria? What about the ending? What about, actually the multiple endings, right? I'm interested in that now, because, that one thing I don't think would tick me off and push me overboard if it's just that one thing. But if you start changing, I wouldn't call that a big moment, but it is a moment. So if you're going to start changing a bunch of these moments, then we might have a problem. But that's the only one they bring up, right? So it's like, okay, well then, is there a reason why they're not bringing it up? Did they not get there yet? Or because I think they say they didn't finish it. So did they not get there, or did they not care, or whatever the reason might be? But besides that, and the glitches, I don't think glitches and bugs would like doom the game. But at the same time, Konami would have to figure that out, right? Because you kind of have a similarity between the two. One of them, a nurse was stuck in the wall. The other one, he mentions enemies and windows, so maybe it's also kind of like clipping type things. So yeah, you're gonna have to figure that one out. Because I think that would just kind of take away from like the atmosphere of it a bit. But beyond that, everything else sounds good, right? The atmosphere, the visuals, the mo capture, the combat, everything seems really, really good. So I'm freaking pumped, and I'm excited. Like I said yesterday, I'm really excited to see not the scores themselves. I think this game is going to get probably in the low 8s. I think this game is going to get like an 82, 83, 84 on Metacritic. I mean, if it gets higher, that's great. If it gets lower, whatever. But for me, as I keep saying, it's not really about the score. I'm getting the game. I don't care what the score is. Unless the score is like a 30, I'm going to get the game. So for me, it's like, what can we learn? Are there changes to like fundamental story things? And if there are, I don't care what the reviewer thinks about it. I care about what I think about it. And I think you guys should care what you think, right? Not what other people think, what you think of it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is I just want to know what it feels like and specifically how it compares to the original, and then I'll make my own judgment. I don't care what the reviewer thought of those changes. I care if those changes are in the game or not. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.